What's up, guys? It's T Squeeze with the MLG Anaheim 2011 predictions and pool play preview. MLG Anaheim, as you guys know, is in 9 days, so it's getting down to the wire for it. A lot of the top teams are practicing now, or more, I should say. Some are just barely starting. You check Twitter, you see some conflicts some teams may have. I know Status Quo, Flamesword, and Assault, I believe it was. Flamesword asked them to scrim, and I don't know, just some Twitter like drama, pretty much. But that they're starting to practice more, so let's get to it. In Pool A is Status Quo, Swagger Like Us, Victoria's Secret, and Impact. Now, Status Quo has the same roster. Impact has Adrenaline. You know, I don't know. For that pool, I think Status Quo should easily take that. Um, I mean, to me, they're one of the top tier 3 teams, pretty much. Um, Impact may put up a fight. Maybe Swagger Like Us too, if they play like they did at the last event in Columbus. They were pretty good. But Status Quo, they seem to get the pools pretty good, and then once they go into the next bracket, that's when they'll start to either slip or mess up a little bit, and then go into the losers bracket, and then either fight their way back into the finals or get out of the tournament that way. But Status Quo is the team I look to take Pool A pretty easily. Status Quo or Impact mainly for Pool A. Pool B, my second favorite pool. You have Instinct, Final Boss, Active Rush, and Carbon. Now, Instinct has the same roster, so they're still the God Squad for all those wondering. You know, they're still looking pretty good. Final Boss is the same squad too, except they dropped Ninja for Cloud. So I don't I don't think they should have done that. I liked Ninja on Final Boss. He is a good fit for him, but there's team chemistry and team problems. Any team knows that, what you have to deal with, and just problems outside of the game or in the game. But yeah, so it's Cloud instead of Ninja. Tots is still on Final Boss. They weren't sure if they're gonna really team with him again, or he wasn't sure if he wanted to team with Final Boss again. But yeah, so Final Boss, then you have Active Rush, and then Carbon. It has Ghost Ayami and Soldier 187. Those are two that I look to kind of really come back and lift Carbon back up to the name that they used to be way back when. Carbon used to be that top team, them and Final Boss. Final Boss still has one of the top teams, but I don't know, Carbon's still pretty low there, at barely in the top 16. But so for that pool, I'm probably looking at Instinct. They're the God Squad. They should be able to handle it. They actually kept practicing their normal times, unlike Status Quo, where I'm not trying to bash on them, but after Dallas, they kind of didn't really practice at all, it seems like, and that really messed them up going into Columbus. But that's what happens. So I look for Instinct taken first in Pool B. Probably Final Boss, just because they have that chemistry. I think would be the only team maybe to take out Instinct, but I don't think the skill level of Final Boss would be able to take them out. Um, I don't know, but Instinct first, probably. I'm 95% sure. Final Boss will take second, Carbon third, and Active Rush fourth in that pool. Of course, you have the amateur teams coming in too at the pools, but I'm pretty sure we haven't really seen an amateur team come in and take the pool from any of the top pro teams. Um, in Pool C, this is my favorite pool, and it's still the pool of death, as MLG likes to call it. You have Straight Rippin', Evil, Triggers Down, and Believe the Hype. Now, Straight Rippin', they added Elamite Warrior and Neighbor. They dropped Nated and a really good noob for him. Now, this was the old Straight Rippin' squad, and I look for them to be really dominant. So we'll see what they can do. They're my favorites going into this event after seeing them in Columbus. They were my favorites going into there. Instinct was really good though and pulled it out in the finals. Um, you got Evil and Triggers Down. That's Hysteria, SK, Nated, and Amish Acorns. So Nated from Straight Rippins on Triggers Down now. I don't know if Straight still has that rivalry with Triggers Down anymore. I know back in '09, I mean, I thought it was a pretty big rivalry. Um, but Straight going up against Triggers Down and then Triggers Down adding Nated after being dropped from Straight Rippin', Nated should be going in there really pissed and trying to take Straight out. And then Believe the Hype at the last spot in the pool. Um, but Triggers Down, in my opinion, they really need to step it up. I mean, in these last events, you haven't really seen them play the Triggers Down Halo that you normally seen them play in Halo 3. Triggers Down in Halo 3 was one of the top teams. I mean, I like every time I'd watch them, they were all doing well, chemistry well, communication perfect. I mean, it I don't know what happened. They just kind of dropped everything and what they I wouldn't say believe in, but all their chemistry and everything just went away. It seems like I think Triggers Down though. This is the event where they will come back, I think, and surprise a lot of people. I don't see them winning the tournament at all. I do see them coming up at least top five, top five or top eight, somewhere around there. Um, I mean, I don't think they can win right now. If they don't get a tournament win by this season, they'll definitely get one next season. Um, I don't know. I mean, they all just kind of need to step their game up on Triggers Down. But for Pool C, which is my favorite pool, I have Straight Rippin' taken first. Um, who would I take second out of those? I don't know. Evil is actually looking pretty good, and believe the hype. So I'm going with Straight Rippin', and then Believe the Hype, Evil, and Triggers Down. So although I think Triggers Down will come in and maybe shock some people, I have them last, but that's what I think with the roster and everything. Um, Evil is looking good, and Believe the Hype. Believe the Hype has always looked pretty good in my eyes. So it's just how it plays out. And Pool D, you have Dynasty, Warriors, Severance, and Classic. Now, Dynasty has Tizoxic, Hines, Destin, and Snipe Down. Now, Dynasty is that I wouldn't really call them an underdog anymore, but the first two events, I mean, I thought they were the underdog going into the event, and they came out and I wouldn't say really shocked people because people knew who they were on that team, but they really came in and showed people like the potential they have. So I look for Dynasty making another strong appearance, especially with Tizoxic, Hines, and Destin. I mean, they're good players, and then adding Snipe Down on top of it, that should make a really solid team right there. Hines is really good, Tizoxic, Destin, and Snipe Down, so they should do pretty good in the event. Warriors, you have Strong Side, Snakebite, Twilight, and Dirksky. Um, I don't know really why they dropped Robbie B. And Robbie B's on Carbon, by the way, and Carbon's in Pool B, so I do look for Robbie B to help out Carbon and get him to that top team, like I was saying earlier. Um, Strong Side's good, Snakebite's good. I really look for those two to really carry out that team. Twilight and Dirksky, I don't know. They don't really catch my eye, you can say, when it comes to playing Halo. I mean they're good players, but I just think Strong Side and Snakebite are the better players. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Um, and then you have Severance and Classic to round up that pool. Um, I don't know. First and second has to be a throw up in between Dynasty and Warriors. I'm probably looking for Dynasty to take first, probably. Um, Warriors will take second, and probably Classic to take third and Severance fourth. Um, Dynasty and Warriors, like, it's kind of one of those things where Dynasty can play really well, but Warriors will play really well too, I think. And it's going to come down to when they play each other and the actual results of the standings. And if they're tied, it's going to come down to who won against their series, Dynasty or Warriors. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So that's all the pools. I look for maybe a rematch of the finals from Columbus, Instinct versus Straight Rippin'. Um, I mean, I know Instinct's coming in there really hot. Lunchbox and Roy, I mean, if you stop and think about it, like, they may never always get, like, first, like Final Boss did. But, I mean, Lunchbox and Roy on Instinct, they've always had that, like, top placement, like, in every event almost. And I mean, Lunchbox and Roy always, like, it seems like they go positive in every game. And if not, like, Lunchbox has a whole bunch of assists, or he might be running objectives, planning, capping, all of that. Now, talking about the Halo Reach, like, caps and stuff, um, the version 5 or 6 settings they are. I think it's version 5. Um, the only game types are Team Slayer and Capture the Flag. So there's no more bomb, which, I mean, that's kind of a mix up of, like, did you like it or not? Like, you kind of had to be patient to like that. Um, you know, it kind of did come down to, I think, who had better slaying abilities and better map control and chemistry. Because if you couldn't slay the other team, then you couldn't grab the bomb, and then you couldn't, like, I'll take Zealot as an example. You know, when I play Halo, I'd rather take the bomb, and 9 times out of 10, I'll take a grenade launcher side, and the other time I'll take it through top gold. But I mean, top gold, you're really visible, and then grenade launcher, there's a lot of corners, so you can get flanked through that main ramp, and then the side ramps, and then behind you. So I mean, you kind of do need to slay, and then you can push up. But if you slay him, you can always take the risk and push it up middle, have someone go around top gold or grenade launcher, and then throw the bomb up top to him and then have them go in for the plant. But then you need to watch for respawns and all that. So I mean, that's kind of like power weapon control and everything. But I mean, it is pretty fun to watch in my opinion. You know. So after seeing all this, I look for Straight Rippin' getting top three. Instinct first or second. I mean, I want Straight Rippin' to win really bad. Um, but Instinct's just that top team. I mean, I don't know really what to say for Instinct. I mean, they got that God Squad champ for a reason. So I'm looking Instinct, Straight Rippin', and Final Boss somewhere in that area. So that's pretty much it for the MLG Anaheim 2011 predictions, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, rate, and subscribe. I'll probably do a recap of this after the event, probably the Monday or Tuesday after that. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video. Peace.